Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your Spiritual Path Tarot reading. This is for those of you who are spiritually gifted or those of you who are on a spiritual journey at this time. So there's a lot of beautiful energy going on in the month of July, Capricorn. If I didn't say that, this spiritual path reading is for July 2019. You guys are going to have that Capricorn full moon partial lunar eclipse going on. So I feel like it's a very powerful time for Capricorns and Cancers since you guys are on that eclipse axis. So let's see what the primary energy is and focus at a spiritual level for you guys in July. Okay, oh, look at how beautiful that is. Lead the way, light your own path. So Capricorn, you are in a leadership position in the month of July. Those of you who are spiritually gifted, those of you who are on a spiritual journey, this right here is Spirit saying, do not fear, walking alone, creating your own lane, your own path, going about things in your own unique style. You don't have to buy into everybody else's belief systems, even if they're somebody you really respect. Really listen to the promptings of your soul, because there is something quite unique about your journey and your path. And I kind of feel like you're gonna be walking as solitary for a little while. Maybe you've been doing that or you're about to do that, but it's because you are coming into like full realization of yourself, of your divinity, and you're creating an entirely new path forward, like paving the way for others. Okay, those of you who are spiritually gifted, you are the leader. Like, you know the way. You have already carved out this path. Okay, this comes from being true to yourself, to your gifts, to your divinity, to your soul, marching to the beat of your own drum, regardless of what anybody else has to say about it. So this, Capricorn, is a very powerful card, very powerful energy. It's like you are on top in the month of July. So let's pull some more cards. All right, in the heart space, we have some triggers. In the mental body, we have emerald tablets. In the spiritual body, we have galactic family, and this card has shown up quite a bit in all of these readings. And in the physical body, reality, we have atonement. Okay, Capricorn, listen, those of you on a spiritual journey, what I feel July is really bringing to the surface is some emotional wounds from the past, okay? And at a soul level, you have a lot of spiritual guidance from your spiritual team, your spirit guides, the angels. Yeah, definitely the angels coming in for you, because we are atoning, which means we're purging, we're releasing, all these things that kind of deflated you, emotional baggage, wounds. It's like that's being yanked up from the core of you, Capricorn, to be faced, because you are strong enough mentally and emotionally at this point to overcome it, to purge it, to move forward. Like I said, you're creating a new avenue, a new path forward for yourself, which in turn creates a outlet and a way for others. And this is a very empowering time. I don't feel that this is where we're sad anymore. This is where we're finally releasing from those shackles, okay? Rising above. You've been in a period of atonement, of balance, of restoration, of purge. Now, those of you who are very spiritually gifted, what I see going on here is there is some new information that Spirit is trying to bring into your consciousness. Emerald tablets. Whether you have looked into these or not, with this coming out in your mental body, Spirit is prompting you to look into the emerald tablets. You can read them, you can listen to them being read by somebody else. Also, the Kabbalion is associated with this, and entails a lot of the same information, but just from a different perspective. I highly recommend, because this is coming out in your mental body, that you guys look into these tablets and the Kabbalion, even if you have before, because the thing about this is it's activations, it's light frequencies, it's energies, it's codes within what's being said. And I have listened to these being read, and I've read them myself many times, and every time I go back, I always get something new out of it. And not everybody can listen to the emerald tablets and walk away activated. All right, you have to be at a certain level of frequency of vibration in order to start receiving the light codes from this information. And you are at that place, Capricorn. It's time to really expand. And with triggers, you see it's this barbed wire in the shape of a head. To me, it's like this expansion is, even though the triggers is coming through in the heart space, it's also like in the mental body, and it's like you're going to break free from all these things that hold you back, and your belief system is, wow, huge expansion coming in, and it comes through like the emerald tablets, the Kabbalion, just reading it or listening to it being read. It's going to expand you greatly, because with Galactic Family, that you're being like prompted to this. You're being prompted to set the path, lead the new way. Also, as you work through this energy and you're standing strong, you are creating like a platform, an outlet, shining a beacon of light for others to follow in your footsteps, to atone their energy, to purge all the things that don't allow them to rise. This is, changing perception, changing belief system, changing habits, changing lifestyle. It's a big deal. And you guys are at the forefront of that, because you've already been through it, and now you are the one leading the way. So whether you're spiritually gifted or you are just on a spiritual journey, July is a very empowering month. You are in the spotlight, you're standing out, you're the leader, you are strong, and you do know a thing or two, Capricorn. People should listen to you, and you should believe in what comes from your soul, the information you channel, the messages that you get for other people. Especially those of you who are mediums, it's just like you can really help a lot of people atone their energy, atone their karma, to help them move forward and not be so bogged down in all those energies, because those energies keep us stuck, and that's what makes us feel defeated and like we can't win for trying. But it's all about the mental body and the shifting of energies and clearing out the heart space, okay? So you guys are definitely leading the way, Capricorn. You are in a position of power. Do not take that lightly. All right, yep. Hanged Man. Here's that shifting perception. Next out, we have the Five of Wands, which could indicate some internal conflict or external conflict that you've been dealing with. Now we have this Ace of Pentacles. That's nice to see. Followed up by the Four of Swords. And lastly, we have the Lovers. Okay, so a Capricorn, with these dice coming out, yeah, it's time for a consciousness expansion. It's time for a purge of, different things that trigger you emotionally. Like, it's all coming up to the surface, okay? And it's like the final, like, wiping clean, because we have the Four of Swords here, which is restoration, recovery, recharging, renewal. And that's followed by the Ace of Pentacles. So this is something new manifesting. To me, this is a representation of your personal power, how strong you are. Also, the way that you will be triggered by looking into the Emerald Tablets and the Kabbalion, not to change your belief system or your mind, but for the activations that you will receive just being exposed to that information, all right, even if you have been exposed to it before. So very powerful things are going to happen for you, and through that you will be triggered. But again, this is not in a negative way whatsoever. It's like where we were stuck and we were blocked. By the end of July, we are in a very good place. Heart and mind are in sync. We're feeling connected. We're feeling content. We're feeling harmonious. We are making new connections maybe, but this to me is all about you being in that position of power, paving that way forward for yourself and for others, and the love and admiration that is being bestowed upon you for that, for the way that you share your gift, for the way that you help people atone their karma and their energy. Capricorn, it's just a big emphasis of being in a position of power. You might have some internal conflict just because of your own like emotional wounds, but I'm telling you, it's just a little shift in consciousness, and that frees you. You are finally able to rise above all of that. You are in such a place of power, standing so strong. Let's pull some more cards. All right. So these guys, well, let's see, is there 5 there? Well, there's 6. So we'll go with that because these actually, all of these right here, flipped around. So let's see. We have the activations mentor, and that's coming out on this Hanged Man. So that makes sense. I'm just going to pull them all, and then we will discuss the message. Next, we have the 6 of intuition. That's about having a hard time letting go, moving on. Forgiveness for some of you. Next out is the manifestations totem. That's a red flag is a red flag, no matter who it is. And now we have the manifestations healer, and that's showing up on that 4 of Swords. So yeah, that's your restoration, that's your freedom, your liberation, your healing. Next out, we have the 3 of manifestations, and this is showing up on the Lovers. So Capricorn, it's like there's unexpected help and connections coming into your reality, as well as you are unexpected help and connection and resources going into other people's realities. With the 3 of manifestations, that's believe in the magic, expect the unexpected, especially in regards to relationships and connections. You are receiving a lot of healing. You're able to let go, to release, and I see what it's from. Activations mentor, this is somebody who teaches you a lesson, but it often burns you. It leaves you feeling burned and kind of scorned, all right? And with that said, even though you may have been left that way, don't lose the lesson that was being taught to you by this particular person, okay? Because now with the 6 of intuition on the 5 of wands, this is like where we're having a hard time letting go of the past, forgiving, accepting, moving forward. There's conflict within. But guess what, Capricorn? What's a red flag is a red flag is a red flag, no matter who they are, no matter how much you cared, no matter what you thought it was supposed to be. This right here is where the lesson learned is where you're going to trust yourself, your vibes, no matter what, no matter who it is. If you're triggered and you feel it, you're going to be like, nope, I know what this is. And I'm really sad that you, of all people, but it's like Capricorn, what tricked you before, you learned that lesson through this activations mentor. And now you know what you know, and it's time to heal and move on, make new connections, because you are definitely leading the way. Last card out, look at that, 9 of manifestations. Capricorn, that is the wise old soul. You have been on a long journey, but you have grown incredibly resourceful and independent through your travels, okay? You are just in such a good place in July. Things are turning around for you. You are seeing the lessons rather than feeling like a victim or defeated. You're going to be able to resolve this, conflict within about letting certain things or certain people go and just coming into a place of forgiveness and acceptance and moving forward with grace. And you feel totally healed and restored, and there's new connections, unexpected connections coming in for you. So this is beautiful, Capricorn. I like your reading. Very positive. All right, return of spirit. Yeah, look at that. That's your outcome and your advice, Capricorn. And what that says to me is exactly what we've already discussed. You are coming into a position of power spiritually. However that manifests in your reality, whether you have a spiritually based practice, you do spiritual work, or you're just on a spiritual journey, you are very empowered. People are going to be looking towards you for information, for answers, for healing, for atonement, and you're receiving more channeled information and messages than ever before, okay? And you've learned your lessons from the past, from this activations mentor, and when you get triggered in the heart space and you feel that, you know what it means now. You're not going to overlook a red flag or a weird vibe. You're going to trust yourself and your senses and your guidance more than you're going to trust anything else. And that's why you are standing in such a position of power, and people are looking up to you, and you are truly leading the way, Capricorn. So beautiful, beautiful messages for you guys for July. I am wishing you all the very best, Capricorn. Take care.